All right, it's working. Yay, we're live. Okay. Hi, everybody. How are you? So I'm just taking this opportunity to go live today to talk about the housing market, especially the housing market in Utah, and reasons not to fear a housing crisis, because the housing market and real estate is still going on. People are still writing contracts. People are still listing their homes. There are buyers that are still looking for houses. With everything going on with the coronavirus, it's just changed how we do business a little bit. And you can still show houses, you can still show buyers houses. It's just changed the process of how we do it. And I promise, I just got to clear my throat a little bit. I am not sick, promise that. But so real estate is future proof, and I truly believe that. And I think that it's future proof because everybody will need a place to live forever. Everybody is always going to need somewhere to live. So when the market shifts, you don't panic, you just pivot, whether that becomes a seller's market, a buyer's market. And a reason not to worry about the housing market is that it is not 2008. This was not caused because of a housing market crash and the banks and all of that. And you guys trust me, back in 2008, I was still in high school. So I saw it firsthand with my parents. They almost lost their house. I was a dancer. So imagine me feeling super bad. Dance lessons are expensive and you never know. And so I know what it was like back then, even if I wasn't, a homeowner back then. It definitely affected me because of my parents. So is the economy going to be different? Yes. Is uncertainty scary? Yes, it is. But we just can't panic. We don't know what we don't know. We just have to be prepared. But what I do know is that when I checked this morning, there were 13 new listings here in Park City. So people are still listing their house. There are buyers. The housing market is more in demand than ever because Utah has a housing shortage. I think across the nation, we still have a housing shortage. And buyers are looking for a place to live, you guys. So if you're thinking about selling your house and you're nervous about the coronavirus and the market, and if it's going to be a housing crisis, I wouldn't worry. People still need a place to live. Things are still being pended. There are still new listings. Things are going under contract. They actually just came out with a coronavirus addendum the other day here. The Division of Real Estate did in Utah. So, if a buyer gets coronavirus, if a seller gets coronavirus, you have an addendum now that will actually extend the contract for up to 30 days. And I think just negotiations. If something happens, if the buyer or the seller was to get sick, you can still negotiate it. You can still ask for extensions in your timeline. You can still do those things. Deals don't have to die just because of this. People don't have to panic. There is still a huge demand for housing. So don't be scared if you're thinking about selling your house and now you don't want to sell your house. It's still a great time to sell your house here. We have very low inventory. Different neighborhoods are different. So we are very micro marketed here in Park City. So different neighborhoods have more inventory than others because we have Old Town, which is more of vacation homeowners and things like that. And then you have places out in Snyderville where you have a lot more families living because they want a yard and those types of things. And there are a lot less listings in those neighborhoods. So your real estate agent just really needs to know what's going on in the neighborhood to let you know if it's a buyer's market or a seller's market in that neighborhood. But also, interest rates are low, so it is still a great time to buy. And even though you're not going in your car probably with your agent to the houses anymore, you can still do virtual tours. You can do FaceTime. You can do Skypes. You can do Zooms. They can film. They can do a 3D walkthrough. There are so many ways to still look at a house. You can also tell the sellers to open up all the doors. And the only thing that your agent has to touch is really the lockbox and the front door. And you walk through, you guys wear gloves, whatever you need to do to feel good. You walk through the house, you see it. You don't have to turn any lights on. You don't have to open any doors. You don't have to touch anything. You leave, you just touch the front door and that's it. So in these crazy times, you can still buy and sell real estate. Don't fear a housing crisis, because this is not 2008. It was not caused by the banks. It was caused by a weird virus that nobody predicted. And it will probably definitely have a lot of effects on the economy that we will probably find out, next month and in months to come. And down below, I'll link some places where you can help support the local businesses. And I hope that you guys are all supporting the local businesses in your community, because basically gyms, fitness centers, spas, restaurants, movie theaters here in Summit County are all shut down for a month. So all the restaurants are offering curbside takeout. And, if you are a good Samaritan, buy the curbside takeout and send it to the hospital for those frontline workers who don't get to stay home. They're risking their lives for you. So shout out to all the grocery store workers and the delivery truck drivers and the people who don't get to stay home and who are putting themselves at risk every day for all of us, just to keep giving us food and keep the economy going. And I hope that you guys all don't panic and that you just stay prepared, be calm, be a leader, and happy Saturday. You made it through 1 week. I don't know how much longer we have of this to go. I don't know if it's going to be another week, 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks, a whole month. I have no idea, but I hope that you guys don't fear about housing, that it's still very a strong market here in Utah, especially Summit County. People are still buying, people are still selling, and there are ways to navigate the waters of listing your house or buying a house. So don't fear. Hope you guys have a great weekend.